Hey guys, this is Jordan.
Hi, this is Caitlin.
We're here in Cleveland, Ohio, new missionaries, and we'd like to share a little bit about what's happening here in our neighborhood and what the Lord's been doing in and through us. We've been here for about 4 or 5 months now, and just started as interns here through 2 different churches. Part of the role with the Edge Church has been really to connect in our neighborhood and really find ways to engage the people around us in this neighborhood, gather them in some form or fashion as we continue to build relationships with them, develop them in some way, and then look for opportunities to empower them. And it's been really cool to see this strategy on the ground and really come to life. As we've been here in this neighborhood, we've been called to engage the people that are around us, different business owners and people in this apartment building, and anyone we can seek to find around here in order to really find ways to love and serve them. And in the process of that, we're really trying to think through what does it mean to gather people in a way that makes sense, that helps them in some way, that helps them understand that we love them, that we're here for them, that there's a community available for them, and who God is and how much God loves them and is there for them. And in the process of that, I think we find ways to bless them and serve them, encourage them, and empower them to kind of be and do what God has called them to be. So we've really seen the Lord open up opportunities to connect with so many different areas around here, so many different people. We've had a couple. We had a barbecue last month where we just invited anybody and everybody around here to come, and had all sorts of people. All sorts of people showed up, and it was a really cool way to connect with neighbors and continue to build relationships. A lot of the people I've met and connected with here in this neighborhood showed up and spent some time and had a meal and met some of our other friends. And yeah, it's just been really cool to see the Lord open up doors in different businesses and organizations and just opportunities where there are people groups and gatherings of people already happening where we can come and continue to build relationships with them. And the hope is that through these processes, through these relationships, that the light of Christ shines and blesses people, and that they begin to see that the God that we follow loves them as well and cares for them and desires to save them also. And it's just cool to see so many doors opening up and opportunities to connect with people that are already gathering. A lot of times we think we have to take somebody out of their current gathering and bring them to our church gathering in order to share life with them or to share some sort of message with them. When I'm noticing in my neighborhood there are hundreds of people that are gathering on a regular basis. And I can go show up there, and I can go bring the light of Christ there. Not in a weird way, but just through love and kindness and service. As I think about what the Lord has allowed me to do, even in just 4 or 5 months here in this neighborhood, our plan in the Edge Church is to create opportunities for many more leaders just like myself to be able to step into different neighborhoods, connect with those neighborhoods, find ways to really engage and develop and gather and empower people. And the hope is that we're having these smaller communities grow in each of our neighborhoods here in Cleveland. And I'm just really excited because I'm like the first, or I guess the second kind of community that's starting. And there's so much opportunity here. And just for the sake of kind of a big vision, I feel like we could have, we talk about 36 different communities here in Cleveland. And I just believe there's opportunities for at least 36 leaders to come and be a part of this movement as we continue to connect and build relationships in our communities. And I just am excited because I see leaders that are beginning to come and become part of what we're doing. And I'm beginning to see that the Lord's moving and creating a movement here rather than just one big gathering. And I'm so excited to see just the potential of these kind of small organic communities growing and what the Lord will do through those communities. You know, since we've been here, I was asked to kind of be on the ground as a missionary in this neighborhood, and really had no idea what that looked like and what to do, and was pretty fearful of walking around, walking in businesses, and the Lord has really changed me, even just in a few months, on my boldness to just walk in anywhere and try to start conversations, and really paying attention to what He's doing and the people that He's bringing into my life and how I can connect with them and build a relationship with them. I often feel that He is leading me, whether it's to go get a haircut at the local barber shop or go swimming at the rec center. So the Lord's just been really growing me in my ability to go where He says to go, and to listen to His voice and to pay attention to how He desires to use me and build relationships with the people around me. And I've really grown in my willingness to just follow and hear His voice and then take the step that I need to take.
About a year early of last year, of 2016, I was feeling the Lord calling me out of dance, which was my ultimate dream job that I trained for 24 years with. And so it was hard for me to accept that or even think that the Lord would be calling me out of that. There's lots of confusion and hurt, but at the same time, I was feeling inside that there was a change coming, and that something was going to be good that came out of it, even though all of me didn't want to believe it. So with obeying what the Lord had asked of me, I went into a season of such isolation. The Lord had given me people in my life that I could have reached out to. I just chose not to. I found excuses to not go to anybody for help or anything. So I just felt like I might have sounded crazy that the Lord was calling me out of this when we moved to Denver so that I could do this. And so out of that, I was just feeling depressed and really anxious. When I wasn't working, I was just in bed trying to understand why the Lord would call me out of here. So a few months pass, and I'm still in this really hard season of not really talking with anybody about what I was going through, just because I was feeling that no one would understand, or I just couldn't really trust anybody with this. That was when our friends reached out to us about moving to Cleveland and Jordan being able to intern. And I just remember in that conversation just weeping, feeling like it was right, and it all came together. Like the Lord knew I needed 6 months to grieve of my ultimate dream maybe coming to an end, or just a pause for a season. So now flash forward a few months, and now we're in Cleveland, and although it's been really good, it's also been a hard season just of being at rest and really understanding why community is important and why I can't live in isolation anymore, and just even understanding what I was going through and what that was being in Denver. But still, part of me it was just so hard to reach out to somebody, and took everything out of me to call somebody. I mean, I even got to a point where I was hiding in the bathroom, and Jordan just ended up calling a friend. And you know, from that moment, I realized that even just talking about it to somebody that I really trust was all I needed in that moment. And so just our time here in Cleveland, I've just been surrounded by a really great community that have really held me up and reminded me that I need Jesus to get through this. And then with that, he gives us people that carry our weight as well. Not only him, but people that are physically there. So it's kind of crazy to look back on the growth that just being in a healthy community has been. It's encouraging, and I'm just thankful that the Lord is so active in our lives, that He knew what I was needing, and just seeing what I can come out of with Him helping me. Being here in Cleveland, I'm realizing how important rest is. I don't know if I've ever learned how to do that. Always been on the go, and being here for a couple of months, trying to find jobs, consistently going out, sending my resume, and the doors have just closed. And I know it has to be the Lord, because He's forcing me to rest and take this season of healing and just soaking in Him. And I know the season won't be forever, but I'm learning to take it one day at a time, learning what fills me and what I can do to rest. And little things are happening, little steps that I see that could be maybe my future jobs. So I've seen little glimpses of that to give me a boost. So that's been encouraging.
Before we moved here in Denver, we had a pretty hard financial time there, at least to start. We have done it twice now, where we moved to a new state, and the job things that we thought were going to work maybe didn't quite work out as well as we'd hoped. But we still moved because we felt like that's what the Lord had for us. And we took the step of faith in both situations. And upon moving here, some of the things were not what they were supposed to be, and some things didn't work out as well as we'd hoped. But we felt like the Lord was continued to show us that He is faithful, and He's good to us, and He loves us. And it's been really difficult to totally change our lifestyle and really try to budget ourselves as much as possible, and change our normal habits in that. But we've seen the Lord really bless us and encourage us. And I think the way you figure out that God is good is that when you need Him, He shows up. And He's really done that here. And we've had some really hard times, even in the last few months, financially. But He's showing us that He is good, that He is for us, and that He is kind to us. And I think some of that leads us into the support that we need here. We need your support. So there's a couple ways that you could help support us. The first is through prayer. We've really noticed that there is some real darkness here in Cleveland, and as we continue to move forward and bring the gospel here, we sense opposition in many different ways. The second is through financial support. Kate has a couple different part-time jobs that she's been doing. I've just got hired with a couple of part-time jobs and the internships that I've been doing. But we really need the support to help us, to free us up to be able to do the work that we feel called to here. As we think about being here long term, we want to offer real partnership with the people that we're getting support from, that it wouldn't be just kind of a one-time thing, but that you partner with us as we continue to do the ministry here, and as this church begins to grow and we bring new leaders in and create opportunities for people to really be a part of what we're doing, that you would feel as you are investing in Cleveland and in us and in this church as we continue to move forward and do the work here. So if you'd like to partner with us today, there's a couple ways you can do it. There's a link that you'll find attached to this video that you can click, and there'll be a couple options that you can pay online and partner with us in that way. The other way would be to write a check to the Edge Church, and make sure you write in there that this will be for me and Kate, and the address will be found as well with this video.
So we'd love your support and love in any way you feel led, so that we can continue doing what we feel called to do here in Cleveland.
Hey guys, thanks for taking a few minutes to listen to what we had to say today. We're really excited about what's happening here, and we're really excited to hear back from some of you guys on how you'd like to partner with us.